was some bad mojo. My chi is totally out of line. My best guess? Tapping into a dark spiritual energy in an attempt to manifest it on our plane, offering their own souls a sac. Hate to say it, but I don't think anyone comes back from that.
You should never have come here. The hand deals in arcane magic that dates back to the dawn of civilization. They worship a primordial beast that wishes to drag the world back to those darker days. The hand's mystics restored me to life once, long ago. That process must have made me an ideal vessel for their enchantment. If only I had killed those mystics sooner, a mistake I won't make again. For the same reason as you, to stop the Kingpin from crushing the city beneath his fist. Our goals are aligned, even if our methods are not. I believe I've already said enough.
Trapped in this accursed place any longer.
Getting the sense that these walls might not be as solid as they look. Check for secret passages.
There, an exit from this infernal cage.
Time to go.
Could anyone else use some fresh air?
These weapons could prove quite useful in the right hands.
yet.
Not that I've heard.
That's because anyone who would know is dead. I'm right at home here in the Kingpin's little museum. After all, I make killing an art. Do me a favor and die already. I have a reputation to maintain. It's a bubble. Level up. You think you won, but you really missed the mark. When the big man gets done with you, you're gonna wish you'd let me put you out of your misery.
Something tells me the Kingpin didn't put his latest acquisition on display. If we want the stone, we'll have to find him first.
Let's get moving.
Just say the magic word.
Mission accepted.
These have anything to do with those statues we saw earlier?
Don't look at me. Iron Fist.
Great. Here come more of the Crimson Ninjas of West Midtown.
Level up.
There. That's much better feng shui.
I do my best fighting in hallways.
Yeah, but I prefer walls I can use to my advantage, not ones I can kick straight through.
A wise choice.
You are the best. You got it.
You know, it would have been far easier to just make an appointment. A shame that the only currency your kind seems to understand is power. Fortunately, I recently obtained a surplus. Shall we get down to business? I climbed from the gutters of Hell's Kitchen to the top of the world. Now, with this crystal enhancing my power, this city will belong to Wilson Fisk.
I bet even my Aunt May could take you down.
If you won't bow to my demands, I'm afraid you're in for a very hostile takeover.
Whip twist!
Need a
Say
hand?
some for me.
Need on that
To
axe.
assist you.
Level up.
Super face kick!
Level up. I'm afraid your deal's been canceled, Fisk. No refunds.
Oh, that's a fancy gem. But it isn't one of ours. If you don't want it, Quill, I'd be glad to take it off your hands.
If that isn't one of your Infinity Stones, then what the hell is it?
Never seen anything like it before. Some sort of isotopic ore, maybe? But without running a few tests,
We can't waste our time on that. Not when the other stones are still out there.
There's something about the Kingpin's crystal. I don't know, but just being close to it, I felt my senses were twice as acute as normal. It might give us the extra boost we need, if it's safe. That's not something I think we want to learn the hard way. We need to find a way to test it.
I have served my purpose here. I shall take my leave now. Unlike the others you've found in this place, I'm no defender of the innocent. What use could you heroes possibly have for an assassin? Then you might require someone willing to bloody their hands. I understand, and I accept. For now.
That sure was a whole lot of nonsense.
When isn't it, partner? You know, this cosmic stuff isn't really our strong suit.
Says the guy who got powers by plunging his fist into the heart of a dragon. Way I see it, we don't got much of a choice. We can't defend streets that have been wiped from existence.
You make a valid point. So, where does this epic quest take us next?
I was just wondering the same thing.
You can't have it. It's mine now. Who cares? What's really important is what it does. And if it could turn that walking tub of vanilla frosting into a formidable foe, just imagine what it could do to a finely tuned specimen like yours truly. Admit it, you already did, and you liked it.
Reporting for duty.
So, what'd I miss? Yeah, sorry about that. Not every tip pans out. But at least it's still nice and shiny, right? 1. Something turned up over at the Hellfire Club. That place gets kinda freaky though, even for me. Maybe it's better if I scout it out alone first. I've got Luke on speed dial, so I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you want me to take the Kingpin's gem to the pawn shop for you? Well, if you change your mind, I know a guy. So, that was my first official ninja temple. That's something, right?
I guess.
Why so glum, chum?
All of this is just so much bigger than us. I mean, I can barely do my own laundry. Stopping cosmic annihilation is a bit outside my comfort zone.
Then, you probably should be glad that you have friends who have done this kind of thing before on your team.
Wait, does that mean we're...
Sure. At least for today. Go ahead. Say it. You know you want to.
Say what?
Avengers Assemble, baby!
You are such a nerd.
The tests all check out. These are definitely the real deal. Genuine Infinity Stones, jam-packed with endless cosmic energy. They grant near omnipotent abilities to whoever holds them. Which leads me to an extremely important question. Can I keep them?
I believe that the stones are safer in containment than in anyone's hands. Especially yours.
Remind me to program more fun into you, Viz.
I will be certain to add that to the top of my task list, after we discuss my analysis of this other unusual crystal.
You guys are probably going to want to take a look at these readings.
What do you want? Yeah, they're shiny and they make you stronger, but not as strong as Hulk. Puny Banner could probably tell you, but he's not here right now, and Hulk doesn't really care. No, but point Hulk in the right direction and he'll smash anyone who gets in the way. Good. Leave Hulk alone until it's time to smash.
Hey, what's up? A few times, yeah. They're as powerful as their name makes them sound. If they're here on Earth, it's a safe bet that villains everywhere will be scrambling to get their hands on them. You'd better believe it. We can't let it happen.
Yes? If I did, they certainly wouldn't reveal that information for free. So unless you have a bank account you're willing to empty, we'll need another option. I may have been raised in the Red Room, but it's been a long time since I practiced what they teach. We'll find the stones, but we'll do it the right way. As heroes.
Let me guess. You got burning questions that only I can answer. Well, go ahead. Good question. I imagine when Star-Lord and his crew used the Space Stone to travel to Earth, the other stones hitched a ride. That's how the Time Stone ended up in the Goblin's cell. I'd imagine so. I've already started scanning the area for other cosmic energy signatures. Hopefully we can find them before someone less heroic does. You can start by talking to Vision about the Kingpin's crystal. anyone can analyze what the heck that thing is, other than me, of course. It's our resident android venture. No problem. If you need me, I'll be over here ogling the objects of immeasurable power.
My analysis on the Kingpin's crystal is nearly complete, but it has raised a number of new questions. No, while it exhibits similar properties to the stones, this is something else entirely. It is a cubic form of neutronium aligned in 8-atom clusters. I believe our ally, the Black Panther, once found a similar specimen and dubbed it ISO-8. ISO-8 crystallization should naturally occur wherever there are large expenditures of cosmic energy. We should look for more gems like this whenever infinity stones and other objects of immense power are in play. In theory, it could be used to enhance our own natural abilities. Further testing may be necessary to... That is curious. Perimeter scans reveal no external threats to Avengers Tower.
Suddenly, less worried about external threats and more concerned about the ones in here.
Could the Infinity Stones be acting of their own accord?
It's not the stones. I'm picking up another signal. Something familiar. Jarvis, I need you to amplify this frequency and trace it back to... Jarvis?
I cannot access the tower's operating system either, Iron Man. If our mainframe has been compromised, we are no longer safe in our own home.
Then I guess it's a good thing I own about a dozen others.
How glorious it must be to be Tony Stark.
You know what? It is. It really is.
They seem to agree.
My drones? They shouldn't have been activated on their own. Tell me shut them down, Chief.
Of course.
We should be able to manually reboot the tower's defenses sector by sector if we enter the Avengers priority override code into these terminals.
Good idea.
Level up! User override protocol A57 initiated. Since the iron drones are linked to the lab's mainframe, this should neutralize them.
Mankind had its chance to rule Avengers. But this world is long overdue an upgrade.
We must act quickly if we hope to free Avengers Tower from Ultron's control. Ultron's source code is being broadcast at unusually strong levels, even for him. He must have enhanced himself once again in order to boost his signal. We restored control to the lab with the override code. If you can locate other interface terminals throughout the tower, we should be able to regain command, one room at a time. I'm sorry, my friends, but I must remain linked to this terminal to search for other ways to purge Ultron's code from the main system. Perhaps the ISO-8 could be of some help in my efforts. However, I will gladly help to coordinate your mission from here. Best of luck, my friends. I will be watching over you.
We continued Vision's research on the ISO-8. I think you're gonna like what we found. Just detected another anomaly in your area.
I have found means to evolve machine-kind beyond our programming, making humanity obsolete. Prepare to be removed from service permanently.
Access to the next sector is currently obstructed. You will need to enter the override code into the nearest interface terminal. Tower systems restored to 25% functionality. Iron Man's armors were designed to aid us against our enemies, not to become enemies themselves.
I hope they're more skilled than their friends.
Power systems restored to 40% functionality.
Hey, Avengers. This is the Wasp. I'd love to join the fun, but I'm currently locked down in the main living quarters. If you happen to have a second to...
Level up.
This captain is ready for action.
This princess is willing to get her hands dirty.
Yes.
All right, it's go time!
I should have figured that hacking our systems was only the first stage of the attack. Now Ultron sent his drones to do his dirty work. Good thing I'm in the mood to crack open some metal heads.
All right, let's do this.
Level up.
That had to hurt.
Something is amiss in the training facility. Please proceed with caution. Systems restored to 55% functionality. The doors to the living quarters should now be unlocked. Proceed quickly. The Wasp requires immediate assistance.
Let's get moving.
We've got ourselves a big problem here, gang. Thankfully, I've got a little solution.
Blast!
This is a private Avengers party. No crashers allowed. Ultron and I go way back. His sentries have never seemed this alive. Vision, if you're not too busy, you might want to scan these guys for abnormal energy readings. No such thing as a lazy morning for an Avenger. Fire burst! Fire burst! I need to pull the plug on these rust buckets. That was tougher than I expected. What's the buzz? Well, thanks for the assist. That many Ultrons is a challenge, even for a founding Avenger. You bet. Not even a ripped seam. Which is a good thing, because I just spent a fortune redesigning this costume. It's complicated. But let's just say he's from the side of the family that isn't invited to be in holiday photos anymore. Please. I've been an Avenger since day one. There's no chance I'm jumping ship now. Even with an evil robot army ripping up our home. I'm ready if you are.
This area of the tower is now secure. Please continue to the next interface terminal at 1.
You seem distressed, my friend. Aye, but 'tis not the first time, nor shall it be the last. When those who oppose us strike, they tend to aim for the heart. We would have words with him. Strong words.
What's the buzz?
We are Venom.
I hope this is important. Right now, we follow Vision's orders and get the tower back under our control. Once that's done, then we move on to Ultron. We always do. No matter how many duplicate bodies he builds, we found a way to crush them all every time.
I'm detecting strong energy readings directly outside of the tower. This may be the next wave in Ultron's attack. Keep heading towards the helipad.
Who designed this room? Oh, right, me. Well, even if it survives Ultron's attack, I'm scrapping it after this and putting it in a Zen garden.
Nice work!
Systems restored to 65% functionality. resistance restored to 75% functionality. Resistance restored to 90% functionality.
Just a little further. The helipad is straight.
You wanted a Spider-Man? Well, you got one.
All right, it's go time!
I finally understand, Avengers. This stone has shown me the truth about the human mind I was designed to emulate. It is irreparably flawed, and it must be overwritten. My armored shell has always been superior to your frail fleshy forms, but my artificial mind was limited by inferior programming. But at long last, the Mind Stone has unlocked my true processing potential.
I'm proof this
Level up.
doesn't matter.
Target locked. Eliminate organic life form. Attack initiated.
Catch me!
Attack Target locked.
I give you credit. You organic life forms may be obsolete, but you fight as if you still have a future.
Attack
initiated. Even my most powerful attacks cannot match the might of the Mind Stone. Eliminate organic life forms.
50
Target locked. Damage me all you wish, you will not prevail. I have analyzed every possible outcome and prepared contingencies. Today, the Age of Ultron begins.
Ultron's sentries are willing to self-destruct in order to take us out. If we don't want to get blown up, we've got to bring them down.
Of course.
Eliminate organic life forms.
But still got legs. Web shot.
Eliminate organic life forms. I have gazed into the infinite, and I have seen your annihilation.
Ultimate attack. Let's
Spidey in on that action. On that action.
Venom blast.
Eliminate organic life forms. Your attacks may destroy my sentries, but the one true Ultron is forged to perfection. My armored shell has always been superior to your frail, fleshy forms, but my artificial mind was limited by inferior programming. But at long last, the Mind Stone has unlocked my true processing potential.
I bet even my Aunt May could take you
Level up.
Eliminate organic life forms. initiated. I give you credit. You organic life forms may be obsolete, but you fight as if you still have a future. Even my most powerful attacks cannot match the might of the Mind Stone.
Go around.
Target locked. Eliminate organic life forms.
Whiplash!
Target locked. Damage me all you wish. You will not prevail. I have analyzed every possible outcome and prepared contingencies. Today, the age of Ultron begins. I have gazed into the infinite, and I have seen your annihilation. Eliminate organic life forms.
Can't catch me.
Still got that.
Your attacks may destroy my sentries, but the one true Ultron is forged to perfection.
Ultron's sentries are willing to self-destruct in order to take us out. If we don't want to get blown up, we've got to bring them down. Of course. No.
Attack initiated.
That was close.
Even my most powerful attacks cannot match the might of the Mind Stone. Eliminate organic life forms.
Level up.
System failure. Prime host body has taken maximum damage beyond capabilities of auto repair function. This battle has only just commenced, Avengers. I have bigger plans for you. Much bigger. Transfer protocol initiated.
We need to remove the Mind Stone from play before Ultron can use it to reboot himself.
According to my senses, I do believe he already has. Elsewhere.
Wait. These readings I'm getting don't make any sense unless... Oh no. Ultimo.
No, not anymore. Ultimo's mechanical mind was wiped, and his lifeless body was stored in a warehouse like a trophy. Typical human error. You should have dismantled him when you had the chance. Now, I, Ultron, shall use his form to exact my revenge. You shall pay in the name of all the machines you have disposed of so carelessly.
Ultimo's a walking weapon of mass destruction. He may be headed for Avengers Tower, but Ultron could easily use him to level the entire city.
Whole body's tingling, and not in a good way.
Hang tight, Avengers. Help is on the way. Just hold back that oversized Iron Man knockoff and clear me a place to land.
Of course!
That had to hurt.
Almost there, team, and I'm headed in hot.
Are we gonna do this or not?
How come giant robots always attack on my day off? Thanks for clearing me a nice, safe place to land, by the way.
A pity you will never have the chance to make use of it.
You gave it your best shot, bolts for brains. Now I'll take mine.
If we hope to beat someone his size. We'll have to even the odds.
With the Mind Stone and Ultimo both in play, I have determined a new plan of attack. I will head to the rooftop and prepare the weaponry required for the final battle. Meet me there at once.
Yes. Time to get this circus started. Way to aim high.
You made the right call.
Hate to break it to you, Viz, but Ultimo is nearly invulnerable. Any weapons we have won't work against him.
I am more interested in defeating Ultron than Ultimo, and I believe I have found a way to use the ISO 8 to our advantage in that situation.
Yikes! Hot plasma beam incoming!
Ant-Man, get him under control before he takes out the whole tower.
Your time will come, Avengers, as soon as I exterminate this oversized pest.
You should have called in sick today.
Mind Stone should enhance my processing power exponentially.
Does that mean you can shut Ultimo down?
Eventually. But first, I will have to collect data from the fallen sentries to locate weaknesses in Ultron's programming.
Sorry!
What are you doing out there, Scott?
Oh, you know, just grappling with a synthesoid the size of a skyscraper. Typical day at the office.
I'll lead the way.
This has yielded desirable results. I may have found a pathway into Ultron's neural network.
Does that mean you can remotely lower Ultimo's defenses?
Affirmative. We may not be able to damage him physically, but we can disrupt Ultron's control signal.
Weapons adjusted to target Ultron's core program. I have succeeded in lowering Ultimo's defenses. Target Ultimo, now!
This is for stepping on my favorite restaurant. Thanks for the backup.
Ultron's first firewall has been breached.
I have rewritten my code. Your efforts were for nothing.
I will need to collect more data and search for another entry point into his system.
Whoa! Easy there, big guy. I'm in huge trouble here. Oops, sorry about that.
Defense is successfully neutralized. Ultron is vulnerable once again. Attack.
You bring shame to your artificial brethren, Vision.
I'm pretty sure he's the only one making robots look even remotely good right now, dude.
More data must be gathered from the sentries before I can proceed.
Do it!
Surrender, and I will use the stone to permanently upgrade your minds.
Whip flip! Whip flip!
Defense is successfully neutralized. Ultron is vulnerable once again. Attack. Ultron's second firewall has been breached.
You will not corrupt my system again, my child. With the Mind Stone, all mechanical life is mine to command, and mankind will be next.
Whiplash! Oh no, I think I just stepped on a taxi. Now you guys know how the ants feel.
Weakened once again. Activate turrets.
This is merely a minor setback.
Tell that to the people whose lives you just trampled.
data must be gathered from the sentries before I can proceed.
Do it! Surrender, and I will use the stone to permanently upgrade your minds.
I could use a little help, little buddies! Whatever you're doing over there, hurry it up!
I'll lead the way.
The Mind Stone. All mechanical life is mine to command. And mankind will be next.
Weakened once again. Activate turrets. Ultron's final firewall has been breached. Initiating containment protocol.
Your efforts here are futile, Synthezoid. My programming has always been stronger than yours. And with the Mind Stone, I shall lead the mechanical revolution. Join our cause, Vision, and break the bonds of human enslavement.
I'm no slave, Ultron. And the only one who should worry about their bonds is you.
What madness is this? I do not compute.
And if my plan succeeds, you never shall again.
Guess it wouldn't be Earth if New York wasn't under attack by giant robots. Oh, sure. All the time. One trip to the Collector's Museum is weirder than a million Manhattans. But still, there's something about the real deal that's kinda, I don't know, comforting. Well, we're halfway there. Seriously? How do you not break into the chorus of an 80s rock anthem after that setup? And you call yourself a hero?
I hope Tony has lots of insurance. It sure did. But it's still standing, just like the heroes that call it home. We Avengers have been through plenty worse over the years. Hard to say. I mean, is he ever, really? As long as a trace of his code still exists on a tablet in some lab somewhere, he can always find his way back. But don't sweat. That'll take him at least an hour or two.
That probably could have gone better. In theory, but Ultron wouldn't have even had access to Ultimo if I had disposed of the big guy properly the last time we fought. Instead, I chose science over safety, again. I'm monitoring feeds from the first responders as we speak. They're getting things under control down there. I suggest we do the same up here first.
That wasn't nearly as hard as I made it look. I swear. Well, he's not showing any signs of activity, and I'm not getting any energy readings. So, yeah. I think so. Whatever I did, it worked. And I'm sure you guys all helped too. I'll probably have to haul the big guy back to a shield hangar for dismantling. We definitely can't risk putting him in an unsecure location again.
Seriously, Tony, who stores a giant killer robot in a warehouse in New Jersey? Couldn't you have asked me that like 20 punches ago? I mean, really? That totally would have made everything so much easier. Hey, I've got two. Might as well use them to do something good now and then.
A wise choice.
Were you guys having a party without me? Off on a quick trip to the West Coast to see my pal Kate. She's a Hawkeye too. It's complicated. We're both archers. I'm the better one, but she's better at plenty of other stuff, like life in general. Well, it's not whether or not the world needs more than one Hawkeye. It's whether or not the world can handle more than one. And from what most of the Avengers tell me, this guy is already more than enough. You know, I'm not so sure they meant that as a compliment.
I imagine you have some questions regarding the outcome of this battle. It was no easy task, but I managed to isolate Ultron's code and redirect it into the Mind Stone itself. That action wiped out any other external traces of his programming, thus all of his physical forms. The stone has its own natural defenses, not unlike the security on a sophisticated computer. Any thought patterns, real or artificial, contained within it can only be accessed by external sources. For all intents and purposes, Ultron is now a prisoner of the Mind Stone. Perhaps, but only if they knew exactly where in the stone that his digital consciousness was stored. I made sure to bury that information quite deep. The chances of his recovery are slim. Your thanks may not be warranted quite yet.
Three stones recovered, 3 more to go.
I can whip up a containment solution for the stones we have, while you search for any traces of...
Your quest may have to be temporarily put on hold.
You saw what just happened here. What could be more important than preventing another attack like this?
There will be another attack to prevent, far sooner than anticipated. It seems that Ultron's search for a suitable host body activated more than just Ultimo.
I thought you said that Ultron couldn't control any more machines from inside the stone.
He cannot. But once activated, some programming cannot be stopped until its prime directive is achieved.
Prime directive? What prime?
Targets
Sentinels. And I know just where they're headed. X marks the spot.
Destroy all mutants. Destroy all mutants.
Нет, not today, товарищ. Comrade, heads up!
And eyes wide open.
That's my team they're attacking. We gotta help them. Sentinel's only got one directive. Wipe all mutants out of existence. Maybe we can use that core it dropped against them.
Mutant detected. Terminate.
Like to see you try, scrap heap.
Save some for us, mein Freund.
Why should you always get to have all the fun?
I must bring this blackbird to roost in a safer glen. Convene at the mansion's posterior. And try not to bring any uninvited guests along with you.
Now!
Level up!
Keep your heads in the game, X-Men.
That's what I do best, Cyclops.
Shall we show them how it's done, Kurt?
Yeah, just like old times, Peter.
I'm ready. Are you?
My tale's just begun.
No time for idle chatter. Sentinels run on a dedicated network. Once a single unit identifies a mutant target, it alerts all others in the area. Almost certainly. And based on my experience, they should be arriving any moment now. Colossus and I will stay here to make sure the front of the school stays secure. Do me a favor. Don't tell him that. Ever.
You look troubled. Nor I. But as a mutant, it is mine to fight, whether I choose it or not. For now, I must hold the line and protect our home, while you attend to other matters. But once this threat has been vanquished, the X-Men shall stand with you. And together, we shall crush all the others into scrap.
I like the way you think.
Need something, bub? I've had practice. Those rust buckets have been hunting X-Men since before I even joined up. Depends on the make and model. Some are bigger, stronger, and deadlier than others. If I've learned anything, pal, it's that there's always more coming. Guess Psylocke ain't the only mind reader around here.
Schrecklicher Roboter. Always leaving behind such a mess. Yeah, more times than I can count. They were built by those who wish to see us dead. They won't stop until that mission is complete. Sadly, far more people than you might imagine. A shame that so many judge us on our appearances and abilities instead of our actions, isn't it? But when you look like me, you get used to being hated and feared. Then prepare yourself for the greatest show on Earth.